Hey, what's up guys? This is Ayush with another tutorial video, and this one I'm pretty excited for it because it's one of my favorite topics. It's a tutorial for how to set up the VS Code debugger, Virtual Studio Code debugger, and I strongly recommend this debugger because it has been really useful for me throughout the past few months, and I actually had to depend on it for a lot of the stuff I did. So yeah, let's get into this. What I would want to do first is, okay, so this is where I showed all the steps. It's a little file I made. The first step, it's pretty simple. You just go to Documents, so basically you just create a new folder and you can put it like anywhere you want. For me, I put it into Documents, but you can also put it in Documents or anywhere inside your C drive. And then yeah, once you do that, you would have to, okay, so then follow this, then there's this 20-minute tutorial video. It's not created by me, it's actually created by someone else, but you want to follow all the steps in this very precisely. And basically in this video, you'll be installing some stuff from online, some packages, and you'll want to install them into that folder you created. Make sure it's an empty folder, or else you'll come across errors. Yeah, and then next step is, so then once you're done with that, you create a folder for your code files. So I already have my folder for my code files right here, and then I would have to open that inside the VS Code app. So let's go to VS Code. Okay, so then you would go to, once you have opened up VS Code, you would go to File, Open Folder, and you'd click on the folder in which your code files are stored in. Select Folder, then you'd go to File, Open File, and then you just select a file. Either do that, or the other option is you can do File, and then New File, and you can create a new file, and then save it to the folder which you told VS Code to be looking inside of. Oops, yeah. Now, the next step in the video is, so I'll be showing you how to compile and run the program. If you know, or if you already know how to do this, then you can skip to step 6, which will be in a couple seconds. But yeah, so this is how you compile and run the program. You go to Terminal, New Terminal. And then you'll use the Linux commands that the professor taught us in the first few weeks of class to navigate in your file directory and find out where your program is stored. And then you do the gcc command to compile it, and then the // to run it. And one thing to keep in mind if you're doing this for the first time is that if you try to make something that has a .out extension, VS Code cannot run the .out files. It cannot compile them properly. So VS Code only works with .exe. So just make sure of that. And yeah, if you want a tutorial of what Linux commands to use to compile and run a program, you can watch my tutorial video, my other tutorial video, which I'll be posting in the comment section below as well. Now you want to go to launch.json. Okay, so basically for you, when you go to this debugger icon, you'll either see a blue button right here that says run and debug, or you'll see like a green button. You'd want to click the button, and then it should show a pop-up that says open launch.json, I believe. So honestly, I don't think mine will show it, but basically for you, you would want, okay, hold on one sec, give me one sec. Okay, so basically it would show that button, and then you'd click on it to open this file called launch.json. And in case yours does not open the button, show that button, then what you'll want to do is just, what I did is I just went to my folder directory and found basically VS Code creates a folder called .VS Code, and then I went inside there and then opened this file that it created called launch.json. So yeah, now inside here, you'll want to go to this part where it says minDebugger Path, and you'll want to set this path. So basically, in the video that you just followed, like I remember at the beginning of my tutorial video, like you followed a 20-minute the other person's 20-minute tutorial video. So in that tutorial video, it was like showing you how to install those packages and stuff. And then so what you want to do is remember that so it had told you to install like those packages, and your folder started to look like this. So you would go to that folder and then minGW 64 bin, copy this file path, and then you would basically, oops. So I don't want to put mine, I want to put mine in comments because mine is already set properly, but paste it in, and then you'd have this thing, and then you'd put quotations, so basically, yeah, you'd put everything in double backslash, and then at the end you'd put //gdb.exe, and then make sure you're careful with this, put a ending quotation mark, and then put a comma, not a semicolon, a comma. So yeah, do that, and then Control S to save that. You saved launch.json, go back to your code. Now, if I were you, I would close out VS Code and then open it again. But for me, like, because I didn't really actually change anything, I'll just not do that. So next step of the tutorial is so now try running it again, and for me it will be working, but for you it will show a pop-up, some pop-ups, and then you'll probably see a pop-up that says, in like a little button, it'll have a little button that says find something with Commons extension. It'll say something like that, so you click that button and it should lead you to this marketplace thing, virtual marketplace. Once you click that button, it'll lead you here, and then search. You'll have to search for this. Wait for it. Oh, I'll close out on the debugger. So yeah, now if you search up this, you'll find these two things at the top, this and this. You'll want to install both of these, and once you have installed both of these, you wait for them to install properly, and then once it's done, you close out on VS Code and then open it again. So yeah. Now, for me, I'm not going to do that, of course, because I have already installed them. So I'm just going to go to the next step. So basically, after that, it should work. You go to here and you just set your breakpoints. Make sure your breakpoints are only in the file that you're currently inside of. Because sometimes, like, if you have like a bunch of breakpoints in change.c and then some breakpoints in another file, then it won't work properly. So do that. Make sure you're in one file, run it. And then for the first time that you're running it, it may take like a minute or something to run it, because it's your first time using it. But you might see like some pop-ups come up. If you do, just click the first option of each pop-up. That generally has seemed to work for me in the past. And it'll have some stuff going on down here. So if it goes to debug console, just click on problems and then go back to terminal. And then now the debuggers are working. So I'm just gonna, this is the debugger in action. And it'll show me like the values of all the variables. So there, and I can go to the next step. And then the next breakpoint. And I can like watch like the values of the variables as they change. And yeah, that's pretty much it for how to use how to set up the debugger. Hope that helps. If you come across any errors, feel free to message me on Discord. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you guys in class.